By the end of this video, I will share with you what I think is the top selling Gunpla kit for September and October 2018. Well, is it a Moon Gundam or is it the Build Diver Nami? We will know at the end of the video once I get through it. But first, let's go through all the new Gunpla that's been announced by Bandai. And of course, the first one that everybody is talking about is the very cool looking Hyaku Shiki Crash. Now, of course, the Hyaku Shiki Crash is coming from the Gunpla Build Diver side story Game & Balls, and this mobile suit is being redesigned by Naoki-san. He's quite popular with his design, and as you can see, this redesign looks great if you look at the back. Yeah, I really like how Naoki-san has added in his own touch to create the very complex, very cool looking additional boosters and thrusters at the back for the Hyaku Shiki Crash. So that's actually is one of the cool looking aspect of the Hyaku Shiki Crash. And of course, the other gimmick is the beam rifle itself. If you look at the beam rifle properly, there is actually a shield, a component that's been attached to the beam rifle itself. So that is something that is a new gimmick, and of course the beam rifle has a opening gimmick as well, which is quite new. Now, the other thing is, we have probably seen this before previously. You remember that there was supposed to be a special edition of the Hyaku Shiki Crash, and that is only going to be sold at the Gunpla base in Japan. And remember, if you look at the Hyaku Shiki Crash special edition, it's a collaboration or special model for Duran Grey, the very popular metal band from Japan. And this edition of the Hyaku Shiki Crash, actually I think it comes in a different color and also special decals as well, which is something that you don't get with the premium Bandai edition of the Hyaku Shiki Crash. So if you're probably wondering who is Duran Grey, now here's a little bit of sneak peek. So that's Duran Grey for you, but don't think that is their actual sound, because they have very fast changing musical styles on every different album. But if you like them, hey, go check them out on their website. You might find one album that you like. Yeah. Next up is the SDCS Cross Silhouette, and this is of course the Gundam 00 Diver Ace. Well, we do think that it's actually quite pricey. This is one of the more expensive SDCS kit that's coming out this year. It's at 1080 yen. It's almost close as the same price as the SDCS Zeta, but it doesn't actually comes with the cross silhouette frame, so I'm kind of disappointed with that. I suppose the cost has been increased because of the backpack and all the additional armaments, but I'm probably gonna skip this one. I love the SDCS line, but I just think that the 00 Build Diver Ace, it just doesn't look that great to me. This next premium Bandai exclusive is coming out in January 2019, surprisingly, and this is the Quest Air Yagadoga. And if you look at this kit, you might think it's just a recolor, but actually they've done some redesign. First up is the head. They have given it a shorter antenna, and also the beam rifle has been redesigned to have a double barrel instead of just one. So that is actually two of the different changes that you will get with this kit. Of course, everything else that you get from the original Reborn 100 Yagadoga is in here as well. The funnels, the beam rifles, the sabers, and the shield. But they also given up the additional parts for you to shape your Yagadoga for the master grade. I don't know what kit that is, but there's additional parts for you to have the sleeve that you can customize for the master grade kit. So if you're a fan of this, might as well get it. But for me, it's just a recolor with a shorter antenna head and different beam rifle. I'll probably skip this guy as well. So as I've promised earlier in the video, I will share with you my thoughts on what I think is the top selling kit in September and October. And I don't think you guys are gonna believe this, but I think the best selling kit in September and October 2018 was actually the Bandai's Mazinger and also the Great Mazinger Infinity version. Almost every single Gunpla stores that we've been to, and even online stores that sells model kits, Gunpla kits, they have all sold out of the Mazinger. Both versions, surprisingly, it is quite surprisingly that at least in Malaysia alone, most of the stores have sold out. And I don't think it's an issue of, the stores are not taking a lot of stock, but I think the demand was unexpected. A lot of people didn't expect, buyers to actually buy the Great Mazinger and also the normal Mazinger Infinity version. And it's no question why, because when you look at Facebook and Twitter, there are actually a lot of modelers worldwide from Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan. I've seen a lot of people posting their Mazinger and also their Great Mazinger purchase and also their works. And of course, we have featured Xing Chui's amazing looking rusty Mazinger previously. So it's quite surprised, because almost every store we go to, if you want to buy a Moon Gundam, you want to buy a Sazabi real grade, they always seems to have stock. But when you ask them for a high grade Infinity version Mazinger or Great Mazinger, almost every single store is sold out. So, and if you look at the works that people have been sharing on social media, right, you look at the amount of postings, and these are all the pictures I'm showing from you on Twitter and Facebook that I've extracted. They just kind of show that how big of a demand there is for this old looking kit. So that was actually a very big surprise to us, because we didn't expect Mazinger to sell out in every single store that we tried to buy in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So what do you guys think? I could be wrong. Maybe in your parts of the world, the Mazinger and Great Mazinger are still available in abundance, but at least from what we have seen in most parts of the world, at least in Asia, such as Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, the Mazinger and the Great Mazinger is really, really hard to come by. Everywhere is sold out. So for those of you who are still able to get a hands on the Mazinger or the Great Mazinger Infinity version, I will highly recommend you to get one. At least try it out and see what the fuss is all about, because it's selling out very, very quickly in most of the parts of the world in Asia. So that's our video for today. I hope you enjoy watching our video and the new information that we shared, especially the one on Dirt and Gray's, Hyaku Infinity Crash version. So if you have any comments, especially on what we think is the top selling model kit, at least in the robot world for Gunpla and Gundam, let us know what you think of our choice. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave your comments down below.